the moon and star, come to me through fire and war. Oh, oh, come Nerevar, come and look upon the heart, look upon the heart. Oh, lay down your weapons, it is not too late for my mercy. Oh, oh, come and look upon the heart, look upon the heart. Oh, 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 I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevar. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. God. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. No recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. There is no escape. Oh, I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevar. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god. God. I'm a god. I'm a god. I'm a god.
Hello everyone. I hope at the very least you can hear me. It's bad enough the bot is ignoring you. Do cards still work? That's a very good question. Let me see. I am pretty sure I can start the game, but will you be able to play? Let's give this a try. Let me see, can you, like, I know you can type exclamation mark card, but if you type it, does it work?
Come try ya!
I have no idea what happened. So we just got first working, but cards is not working, and we finally heard the greetings as well. I honestly have no idea what's happening, but cards is not working. Calendar, maybe you don't have enough money for cards, you know, those precious septims. First is not working. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's a mystery. Maybe if I made sure you all have enough septims to play cards. Let's do this. We'll see what happens. After that, there's nothing else I can do. And YouTube is not going to be happy about that music just now. No, cards is not working. Well, there you have it. Hey, you got first. What do you prefer? Anyhow, apart from our Danae bot troubles, we do have important things to do. Hey, Prof, hello. Good question. I don't know. I assume this card game. The other cards should be working, even though, to be fair, most of the cards, no, they will be working because they're independent of the Nibot. See, first is working just fine. Jenga is only useful if I take a break. That being said, I don't have coffee. Audel is busy. I might have to take a break at some point to make coffee because priorities, right? We'll see how it goes. For now, cards is gone. Oh, and we have no winner because nobody successfully played, I think. Guys, disappointing. You couldn't win my card game. I can't really stop it though, can I? reset the overlay. Let's see. Great. Hello everyone, welcome on in. I see Faris, you just made it on time. We have done absolutely nothing in 4 minutes, but try to find out which part of my Dana bot is working and which parts aren't. Conclusion, many of them are not working. That's the way it is. Anyway, welcome on in, Marks. Even though Danabot refused to acknowledge this, you were first, and I appreciate that. The burning one, it's been a while. I hope you're doing well. I don't think I've seen your answer, but I hope you're doing well. That's the important thing. Prof, hello. Lovely to see you. I'm going to assume you will be modding while I'm modding. We're modding together, but for different teams. Beautiful. Love it. Joseph, will you be modding? It would be nice. We like all of us can mod together. I think that would be, you know, pretty cool. No, I think it would be cool. Variel, hi. We did get first to work, you know, in the end. And now if you say something again while we're ready for it, your introduction should play. Do it now, unless you want to wait and surprise us much later. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, Galinta, welcome back as well. Lovely to see you. Also modding. Are we all going to be modding together? I hope so. That'll be cool, I think. And I've seen Baka as well. Hello, Baka. All right, plan for today, modding. Let me tell you what. Last time, that was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? We managed to do one quest. Hey, Baka. We managed to do one quest. That was the one in Seidenine. Since then, active, let's go. Since then, I've managed to create three, a whole 3 quests. I know, it's crazy. Look, if I manage to do a 4th right now and we play test it, then I can show you a little bit of the other quests. But since they are done and I've tested them, of course, I could always test them again and again and again, and I'm sure I will find, you know, issues. But why spoil the pleasure of discovering those quests when, you know, the mod will be published? So instead, we're going to start a new quest, and I'm going to make a little, there we go, professional notepad. Let me tell you about the ideas that I have, and I'll be honest with you, I'm really counting on you guys to give me, I have ideas, but you know, it always works better when you can talk with people, so that's what you're here for. Give me ideas, or tell me ideas suck, or help me choose between different ideas. Prof, you will be working on your dungeon. It's massive. No, I don't want you to, you know, tell me more, because spoiler, but that is such a huge place. Then again, dungeons are kind of your thing. Dungeons and quests, I guess. Did you take any inspiration from D&D Adventures? Or is it secret or not? I don't know, I'm curious. And Joseph, you're attempting to script the spooky flickering lights right now. Do it. Spooky flickering lights.
I'm a god. How can you
There we
kill
go.
a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you.
No cascade.
Oh, this special mix of the Dagoth Wave. Definitely my favorite version. I should do a 2022 mix and then make a whole playlist. All right. I should be modding, but I've had an ear infection. Oh, crap. And it's flared up again. Hopefully I can back into it tomorrow. Well, you know what? I hope you can mod, but really I hope that ear infection gets, well, not gets better, goes away entirely. I hope you're not in too much pain, because that sucks big time. Now, idea, steal shamelessly from every book you've ever read. That's what we do a lot, isn't it? Like, if it's not a book, it's a film. If it's not a film, it's a series. If it's not a series, it's another game. That's we're not stealing, we're recycling and adapting ideas. That's what's happening. A lot of it's just skeleton storage. It's literally a catacomb, very large catacomb though, right? Ailus, hello. Now, Luce, to every modder that came in, I was like, I hope you will be modding at the same time as I am. I hope you'll be studying at the same time as I am, and my voice is not going to be a distraction whatsoever. Seriously, I've stolen so many lines from pop songs and short stories for the silly quest I've done. That's not stolen. We're not plundering. We're not plundering. We were discussing taking ideas from, you know, from other things. So it's not plundering. It's inspiration. It's inspiration. I don't know where you put the little stars for it's inspiration. You don't need the extra punctuation there. You ended up rescheduling. Well, as long as it's not because of madness, then you're the one who knows best. So you still have that important work project to deal with. And then mod. I took a practice test and it did not go well. Oh, bummer. Well, in that case, more time is really what you need. Now you're saying it's only literally a catacomb if it features undead honeycomb producing cats. Is that the definition of catacombs? Really? You learn every day. There's no way we can do 3 prof dungeon. You know, like 3? Like usually prof dungeons are fairly large and complex with scripts and traps and things happening, which makes them so much fun. Like if there can be 3 of them, brilliant. If not, we'll be happy with the one. So hey, you said nothing about how big they should be, so I just kept on building. That's fair. That's completely fair. But you're here to help me with my mod, and I realize I should. Hang on, I'm gonna open the blinds a little bit. There's this unpleasant thing, and that's just the way it is right now. But in the afternoon, I get the sunlight like there directly in my eyes. So I close the blinds, but then yes, there was light. But then it's really dark. Here we go. We got almost. You can see you can see the blind. That's okay. It will go away, right? Right. Let's have. There's too many things happening here. This is what I want. Let's have a little bit of music in the background. Nothing too loud though. How's that? Is the music in the background okay compared to the sweet, sweet sound of my voice? You'll tell me if... No, don't tell me if my voice is too loud. Don't tell me that we hear you too much. Stop it. But do tell me if the music is too loud or not loud enough to be enjoyed. Don't tell me to shut up. That's the only thing. It's low and atmospheric, as in it's good and good. Double good. You gotta use that. No, that old program doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Like I did use it. I did use it for a mod that I never published for a bard companion, and she was cool. She was really, really cool. And there was dungeons and stuff. And honestly, that program, Dungeon. I don't know why I put it in like, there we go. No, I don't want to order them by type. Just be, you know. Yeah, name, that works. They're still by type. Okay. Dungeon, there it is. And it had a little GUI, GUI, GUI. And it didn't work. Like, it looks like it could work, but there was something it didn't work. Now, if anyone who understands, you know, computers and codings wants to look at it and make it work with recent version of Windows, that'd be nice. Like, what it produced was not ready. What small furry animal makes the sound of GUI? I don't know. I have no idea. But seriously, do you say GUI or GUI or like what do you say? Like I've only seen it, but I've never heard anybody say it. Like HUD is HUD, that's easy enough, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong for that one too. GUI? Is that a GUI? It's a GUI. All right, thank you. Thanks. Got it. It's a GUI. Well, the GUI works. It sounds so weird. And now, oh my God, you know, before I would see the letters GUI, and I think now I won't be able to unsee GUI. It's GUI. It's GUI. It's sticky and all that. And no, you cannot keep on distracting me. That's not gonna work. I'm sure I will be mudding before the end of this stream. Definitely. GU. G. GU. I have no idea. Like, I don't even know what French people say. Like, I can't tell you, oh, but you know, it's because I'm French, and I don't even know in French what we say. So GUI is fine, we'll go with that. So that's the old program, and it doesn't work as far as I can tell. Not anymore. Let me tell you about the mod we're doing today. The question, oh, but I can give you a little sneak peek. What is the name? Abba Pulu Egg Mine. Something that I did after the stream together, where you helped me with all the dialogues and everything. I've spent hours playing around with the Kwama Egg Mine tile set of Ashen Blight. And like, it's not really like, I do not dare calling it an overhaul of the mine. You see, it's just the same thing with a corridor, like a tunnel down, a small room, another tunnel down. What is this? I'm missing an asset. Another tunnel down, and then the big room. So I haven't done really anything special. What am I missing here? What are you supposed to be? A miner. The miner doesn't exist. Or is it because I gave it an animation? I think I was toying around with animations. There. Okay, that's fine. The guy exists, it's just I haven't added the animation files to the Morrowind install. So what I've done is basically add little bits and pieces to make it a little more colorful. As you can see, Prof, I did follow your advice, and I've reinstalled this one. R0 set. And we really are in Skyrim now. So that's all I've done. I've added little bits and pieces. I replaced some of the boring vanilla rocks with some pointy ones here and there. I made the walls a little more interesting by adding some of the rocks from of Ashen Blight. I really like this model. I think that was lots of fun, especially with this one that has holes, and then I have this one behind. And I like the way it looks. I'm not sure. This is, you know, when Melchior created those models, I'm not sure that's how he intended for them to be used. But yeah. And for a while I was actually considering, I was like, oh, I should go and take a look at Melchior's mine from OAAB Graceland, looking at Sealof's mod, looking at Judicious, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. And then I was like, no, don't look at what they've done, because obviously this is like toying around with the set. So I didn't take a look at what they've done, because I'm pretty sure I would feel inadequate. So that's all I've done. But I do like the look of it when you're in game. Some pointy ceilings, like different things. A few of these only appear after you've restored the mine. That's it. It's a very minor thing, but it took me a couple of days because I was playing around with those pieces. Like, I like the way it looks like spaghetti on the wall, like we've thrown the plate or something. The door markers, yeah, they're really, really nice and so precise compared to the big pink arrows that we get in the game. So this is good. Between this and the little UI improvement, It doesn't make the dialogue window much better, but it does make it better. The fact that you can read the topics entirely, for example, I feel that's very nice. So I'm happy with those little improvements. My beautiful crates, amazing crates. The Forbidden Kwama Spaghetti. We don't have the Kwama Coalition. I don't think I've seen anyone from the Kwama Coalition team, but they're doing a Kwama mine, and that's, you know, since it's the main focus, see, I'm sure it's gonna be great. I really like these a little too much with the holes, because I've put them everywhere. And also I had to show great restraint. Let me see, I think, yeah, to not put these everywhere, because they're just so adorable. Like if you stand for 5 minutes staring at the wall, you can see that little Kwama forager come out and then come back in. I think I only put 2 of them in my mind. It's a small one, but it's so cute, you know. You want to know about the new quests? The brand new quest, kinda. One of the quests that I've done, and that took me a lot of time, and it was a little bit challenging, but I will show you. Does this quest ring a bell for you guys? This guy not too far from the Rabenisum camp. You don't see him. Show me, no, not you. Show me Marsus. Marsus Tullius. That trader, and he's telling you, oh, the Ashlanders, they stole my hides. Now, I realized Bethesda, they were like a little bit of rinse and repeat sort of humor. You have the naked Nord and the witches, and you meet one, and the witch was actually good, and then you meet another one, and you go, oh, there's another case of a witch being good, but no, the witch is bad. And then you have 2 quests where Ashlanders have stolen hides. There's the one a little bit like around Boss, and the Ashlanders did steal the hides, but then there's this one, and in fact they did not steal them. Which, you know, if you can read the name of the quest. These ones are innocent Ashlanders. So anyway, I wanted to make use of that quest, and the story is Marsus Tullius, the Imperial we've seen, goes, ah, they stole my hides, and then you do the quest, and at the very end, there we go, at the very end, if you do complete the quest, you go and talk to Marsus' father, Stentus Tullius, obviously, who is in Alvin music, too loud in my ears, but it doesn't change for you, that's good. So here's the quest idea. Okay, hold on to your chocobos. The idea is you talk to Stentus Tullius and you want to get supplies, just like we did with Ariel. But he tells you, well, you know what, I can't really conduct any business seriously right now. I haven't heard from my son in a while, and I think he might have problems. So at that point, you need to hook into that vanilla quest, and you complete it any way you want. There's different outcomes. You complete that quest, and once you've done that, you go back to the father. But I wanted to make it a little more complicated. The first complication is that I wanted to take into account basically most of the steps of the quest. So if you've already started the quest, then the way you start, hey Pariah Dog, welcome on in. If you've already started this vanilla quest, then when you talk to Stentus Tullius in Tel Aron, he's not going to tell you the same thing. So I've put so many lines of dialogues, and the player will only ever see, you know, one. But they're there. We cover all the information. And once you've done that vanilla quest, finish it any way you want, the real new quest starts. There he is. The real new quest starts, and you say, you know what, your son, he needs a mentor, like he needs training. So essentially you take the son as a companion and you're going to train him in mercantile. For that part, because I suck with scripts and codes and everything, I looked at Kateri's mod, Julian. Because Julian, you know, you can train him. Either you say, I'm going to train you once a day, and if your skill is higher than his, then you train him. Or, yes, please. Or, and you can leave the door open. You don't want to hear me.
Well, I'm on a call, so you might hear.
So I might hear you.
I'll leave it. Not on.
I know this is just a ploy to keep Latte.
He's in the bathroom.
True, he's in the bathroom. Today has been a bathroom day for Latte. It's the basin, the wash basin is that perfect shape for a cat. Anyway, back to the quest. So exactly like you can train Julian in any skills, I only reproduce that for the mercantile, so you can train him, you can give him books that teach mercantile, or you can talk to mercantile trainers to train Marsus. So Marsus becomes a companion, like a basic companion, really. And once he reaches level 30 in mercantile, I think, then your quest is complete and you go back to the father and it says thank you very much and I'll send you crates of supplies every month, just like we did with Ariel. So that quest took a little while. If we have time, we can play test some of it. Then I did another quest. This one starts in Molagmar. You go to Satring in Molagmar. He's a smith, and essentially he's waiting for supplies for a shipment of iron. And you go on a quest, I don't want to spoil it everything, you go on a quest to see if there's an iron mine somewhere, and there is, and I can't show it to you because that would spoil it. Essentially I took a vanilla mine that's out of the way, there's nothing happening in there, and I've added irons and a bit of plants and a bit of rocks, like just a light, super light overhaul, but there's iron in there, that's it. The new quest that I want to do. That's finally, I've been talking a lot, I'm sorry guys. It's still inspired by one of spoilers, but I'm not showing anything. How are you doing, Alistair? You see, I've been consulting the quests because I want to make use of those tiny miscellaneous quests that involve traders. So A Man and His War, I know there's a mod that already expands on it, so I'm gonna leave that out because why make the mod incompatible with other mods? Do you think there is a way to make a spell that works like Recall or Intervention but takes you to a specific cell? Yes? That's very doable. There's already a couple of mods that do that. But like you want exactly like Mark. Okay, I'll show you the mods that exist. You'll tell me if that looks like what you had in mind. There is this one, and then there is a Dwemer. What is it called? Is it Dwemer Intervention? That sounds weird. That definitely sounds weird. This one, like I know this one because I made it, but essentially it's a spell, it's called Daedric Intervention, and just like the other intervention spells that you have, they will take you to the nearest Daedric shrine. And I know there is a similar one, but I'm not sure. Is it a mod that Operator Jack released himself? Da-da-da, the Eye, the Underground, the Werewolf Buyer, the Blight, the Ones. We can see mechanics. There it is. And there is this one that does something similar. When you activate that cube, it takes you to the nearest Dwemer ruin. So I'm not sure that's what you meant. In mods we can. In vanilla Morrowind there's only the intervention spells as far as I know. Oh no. In vanilla Morrowind there's also an amulet that takes you to a Daedric dungeon, but that's just once. How to make new effects. Honestly, if you want to make new spell effects, I would really recommend that you look into Magicka Expanded, because it's a solid framework. There's already like a couple dozens of mods that use the framework. I think it makes it a lot easier to create spells, but like I wouldn't know how to do that. But I would look at that in the documentation and see how it's done. Bashing me, hooking head on the wall. No, don't go bash any head, hooking or not. I need to model outfit, but I have no idea how it should look. But other than that, I'm fine. Look, I would offer to draw it for you and give you inspiration, but even my stick figures look terrible. So that couldn't help, but maybe the chat has some ideas. What sort of outfits do you need? Male outfit, female outfit, outdoorsy outfit, lore-friendly outfit, Star Wars outfit. No, that mod already exists. But like, actually, if you want inspiration, I would recommend you go and take a look at Deviant Art, for example, or hospital outfit. Okay, we're not talking about Morrowind then. I was thinking, I'm sorry, my head is so Morrowind, modding. I thought you were talking about modding, but hospital outfit, maybe not. Maybe not. Pariah, you're making a mod for vanilla Morrowind, and I was thinking about making a new spell that teleports you to a new interior. I know how to do that, but it would be I know how to do that. I know where to see how to do that. Exactly. Prof is saying it all. You would have to use a scripted spell, but then again, Magicka Expanded has tons of teleport spells, and I'm fairly certain that it's reasonably easy to make custom location teleport. And you say you're using vanilla Morrowind? Like, I don't know if you want to say with nothing but your mod on, but this will work on vanilla Morrowind with NWSE. Otherwise, it's going to be scripted spells, and I'm not sure, where do we have an example of that? But you'll find them. Essentially, you create a spell, and then you have a script, the script that is going to detect when you have a particular spell effect on you. If the script detects a particular spell effect on you, then it will execute things such as play a position cell in a cell that you want to have. And yeah, Joseph is right. Like, just go take a look in the Morrowind modding community. That they will know what to do fairly easily. It's gotta be scripted, yeah. Unless you use something like Magicka Expanded, it's gonna have to be a scripted spell. Alistair, you're saying patient to be exact, and for Morrowind, so yeah, here's that. How to make it lore friendly? Well, hang on, it is for Morrowind. You want lore friendly hospital outfit? If that's what you're trying to do, then I would imagine robes. Something like, you know, a monk sort of thing, very simple robe with a pouch and an apron and blood on it. But actually, yes, you know how for the longest time doctors would be wearing robes. I would take inspiration from that. Not that I would have any idea how to go further or beyond that point, but there you have it. Prof, you're saying my Master of Puppets mod used a scripted spell to summon the automaton companion you can potentially get. Summoning spells as well are scripted. And it's always the same principle, Pariah. Like, take a look at one, for example, from Prof's mod, but essentially you create a spell, you cast that spell, and the script says if get spell effect, meaning if your character has that spell effect on them, then do other things. If you have like even a limited knowledge of scripting like I do, you'll work it out. And even if you don't, just ask on the Discord. Now you're distracting me from my quest. So this one I don't want to use because there's already a mod. I was thinking of somehow using this one. I'll open it for you if you don't remember it. And this one. And this one. Oh, I forgot. I made a quest with the pillows. I forgot. But it's not much of a quest. Simply I gave more meat to the pillow quest. And these two, but I don't think I'll use them. So you gotta choose one existing magic effect that would trigger the teleportation. Yes, but I think you name your spell. You call it my spell for the script. And then in the script you say, if get effect, my spell for the script. But then the effect on the spell, whether you make it a restore health or a summon helmet, doesn't matter because that spell is not going to happen, really. So yeah. Everyone is doing a great job at distracting Nene from my money. You're doing really good, guys. It's 1:30. I don't have coffee still, though. That's a problem. And I haven't even decided what quest I want to do because you're supposed to tell me which of these I need a coffee. Which of these miscellaneous quest I want to sort of sneak in my own quest. I would imagine alchemists to play the role of healers. In addition, restoration mages would probably they would be, but I also imagine, you know, there could be nurses and alchemists that really specialize in healing, like bandages and everything. Like restoration is still magic rather than the art of medicine. You like the Molag Mar? The thing is, I already have a quest that takes place in Molag Mar. It's the one with the iron mine and the smith. I made a little document with all the locations, and so far, like I'm trying to keep track of which quests that we have so far take you to which locations. Simply then when I need to find, you know, decide where an NPC will be, instead of putting them in Ebonheart, where we go twice already for 2 different quests, then I would put them in Nizis, because there's nothing there yet. So I already have a quest in Molag Mar. However, this one like takes you to Molag Mar, but it would start in Saran. So the idea I had for the quest is you're in Saran, you talk to, show me the NPCs. You talk to maybe somewhere in the trade house, not the trader because I already have, oh, the pawnbroker. For example, I don't have a quest for the pawnbroker yet. You talk with the pawnbroker. Yeah, but I was gonna say, and the pawnbroker tells you, oh, but my friend, la-di-da, la-di-da. He doesn't look like, I mean, look at him. He doesn't look like he'd be friend with a Breton. Nah. Do we have a non-Dunmer trader somewhere? I mean, there's Helvian herself. Yep, exactly. Exactly, she's a Breton. So it would make sense for her to say, look, I'd like to, you know, sign a contract, agree on business with you or something. However, my friend, the balding Breton, needs your help. Help him out, and then we'll talk. Pelagia, have Nelslander provide you with a supply of jewelry? Yes, but Pelagia is not accessible by boat. Loose. You forget. You forget. We're doing business by boat. No, but you've seen his face. He didn't look like a friendly person. I can't imagine that this Dunmer trader would say, you know, I'm really worried about my good friend, and a Breton trader. Only for people who aren't trying hard enough. All right, shall we try to do the Saran and somehow use that quest? Another idea I had with this one was starting in Vivek, in the glassware, you know, artisan shop guild quarter thing. It's just that this quest is actually really boring. You meet the guy, you go to the cave, you kill the guys, and that's it. So it doesn't feel extremely fun. This one puts you in Telmora, and I kind of like that. Oh no, I have to tell you about the other idea I have. So for now, we're keeping Surround, Helvian wants you to help boarding Breton. That's an idea. Here's the second idea that I had, and this one is a little more complex, so I think I quite like it. It starts in Telmora, and you talk to Bear Wen. You know, she's the one with the corporate stalker. In her, I was gonna say in her basement. No, in her house. Now I need to check that. Well, you don't even let me look at her dialogue from here. That's stupid. You're stupid. If I remember properly, her greeting about you should kill the corporate stalker is like the only thing she's going to tell you until you take care of the corporate stalker, right? A real merchant would levitate the ship up. That's it. That is the final quest. First quest, you get a boat. You collect rowboats to go with your boat. And when you complete the quest, you learn to levitate your boat. I'm not sure that Vidi and JC are going to be super thrilled with that idea of yours, Luce. Like, just suggest it in the Discord and see what they say. I'd be curious. I want to see, Berwin, what you have to say. I don't fear you. Get away from me. Cover yourself. She has a special one. Get away from me. Yeah, that's what I remember. Until you have killed the corpus that's upstairs, she's just not gonna talk about anything. Oh, but she doesn't have a goodbye. See, I thought there was a goodbye. I thought like she wouldn't talk about anything else until. Alright, never mind. But here's my idea. Berwin, she has two problems. The first one, the stalker upstairs, which is easily done. And the second one is to go with the Girith hides. This quest right there. So this time Girith tells you, ooh, Ashlander stole my hides, you got your hides, and then it says, well, for your reward, don't look at me, go to Telmora. So, my idea is, Berwin says, you want a deal? Okay, but I have two problems. The first one is there's that stalker upstairs, and killing it is easy enough, so, and that's vanilla, and I don't want to meddle with it. But I was thinking, why? Why is there a corporate stalker upstairs? Her second problem is Girith hide, so at that way, I'm just, you know, plug in the vanilla quest. That's it. I suppose I could try to improve it a little bit and add things, but for now, it works. This This is what I'm interested in. Why is there a corporate stalker on the first floor of a house? Like the house is one door. Do corporate stalkers know how to open doors? Also, do they have the dexterity to climb up the stairs? And excuse me, but the stairs in Telvanni houses and pods are such a pain to navigate. Like you have to go up and round at the same time. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. How did that stalker get upstairs? And if we can determine that, then I would have a quest to sort it out. Find out where that stalker comes from so no other can come in the house again. What do you think? Like, I have a few ideas, but if you have some fresh ones, or even if your ideas, you know, are similar to mine, then it means that mine are not completely stupid. Stalkers were not stalker when he climbed the stairs. Oh, okay. So, first idea, he was healthy and turned upstairs. In which case, we could decide on, like, whoever he was before. But then there's no quest. Like, by the way, that was your husband. Sorry. Good news, there's no stalker. Bad news, you're a widow. Oh, hang on, we're in Tel Mora. Tel Mora, no males. So I don't know. This is a lore question. Do the female NPC in Tel Mora, do they have a vow of celibacy? Or do they get married but their husbands are parked outside of town because they cannot be in town? How does it work? I never thought about that. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Maybe Serana had it delivered there. Why would she? Like, why not? Like, somebody put it there. Revenge, sabotage. It could be another trader. All lesbians, it's canon now. I didn't know it was canon. Honestly, I thought the idea of parking your husband outside of town was quite funny. So maybe her husband. So no husband. Because even if there's a husband, oh. The corporate stalker is a masculine woman. That's something that bothers me. Like, corporate stalkers are supposed to be people turn, you know, corporate stalkers. They're yellow instead of blue when most of the people are blue. I think there's a mod that changes that. Then, do female NPCs never catch the corporate disease or never turn into like, there's something missing there. Definitely, in the models, there should be a greater variety. I know that, I want to say Wesley. Wesley made a mod that adds different models for the corpus, but I think there was one as well. No, that's not it. No, maybe I don't remember the name. That added different models and that made them blue. It's like the only people that turned into corporate stalkers were Bretons, Imperials, and Nords. The others are fine, which makes no sense. Have you touched the intro? No. I haven't done, like, I would have told you. I haven't changed anything in your quest. And when I tested it, I put my notes somewhere on the Discord, so you'll find them. But there was very little, mostly things not happening because they're not done yet. All right, let me catch up with you guys. No, here was my idea. Here's my idea. Where is she? She's nowhere. Okay, let's go back there. Berwyn. lives in Tel Mora, and we know that in Tel Mora it's only female NPCs, male are not allowed. But what about she smuggled a man in? Lame corpus are supposed to be female? Oh, but they're the most disturbing ones. Because the corpus sleep. Is that? Check. I have to check. Let's go. Morrowind. Lame corpus that I cannot type, but lame corpus. Oh, they're really disturbing. Oh, that model. And again, they're yellow. Why are they yellow? Is it part of the disease that the Dunmers, the dark elf, become pale? Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. When you're ill, you know, you become pale. That's what's happening to them. They're rotting and they're losing pigmentation. Double pain. I don't think they're female. And then stop looking at them. They're really disturbing. Xalis, you were asking who is Madness. Madness is not a who, it's a what. It's a modding competition that is happening all this month in October. They are 9 or 10. I think I lost count. 9 or 10 teams of modders. We're making a mod. The themes are enterprise, conflict, industry, and in theory, I'm supposed to be making a mod, but you see it's been an hour and we've just been talking about mods and the stories and the characters. But at some point it will become a mod, I'm sure. I know because Discord blocked an image of a... Oh, that's what happened, Calinter. Wow, Discord did that. I had a similar experience when I was uploading my Geoub challenge on YouTube, and for my thumbnail, like right now, for my thumbnail, I had Geoub. We can see him. Where is he? My Geoub challenge. I just want to see the thumbnail though. Can you see? There's a Geoub there. You can't really see, can you? And it, oh yeah, pose. Can you? Oh, there you can see. I got a Geoub there, but I had a different Geoub, and somehow the nipples showed, and YouTube told me, too sexy, cannot have it. And it was a vanilla image or like lower quality. So I had to remove my Geoub and put another one. It's a divine disease and then must turn dark after Azura cursed them. True, but it seems weird that the corpus people that are people, you know, are not blue. But anyway, I think you'll get more views and subs if you hire an editor to clip the funny parts of the stream and upload them on YouTube. Sure. But hiring an editor, oh my god, that's not gonna happen. And like I enjoy talking to you guys. Right now there's, where do I see it? There's 15 of you, almost 20. Sure, I know that it's nothing, it's no one, but I'm not trying to make a living. Like I have a job. And thanks to some very generous people on my Patreon that covers my internet. So the way I see it, my streaming pays for my internet so I can stream. I'm happy with that. How dare you have a life outside? You know, I dare. I do dare. And I don't know that there are so many funny parts in my streams, to be honest. Like, I enjoy the whole 3 or 4 hours, but I don't know that there are moments that are particularly hilarious. My quest. You're trying to distract me from my quest. So, why is there a stalker upstairs? He was healthy and turned upstairs. Was he a lover that she smuggled in Tel Mora, where men are not allowed? It's not like you're Mickey. Exactly. And like I don't have that. I don't have that natural funness about me. And also, Mickey D, like, he edits the videos to you know, to make them even funnier. There's no way. Like, video editing is just so time consuming, and I don't even do it well. So you're very funny. Why, thank you. I have my moments, and you're lucky because you know me streaming, but when I'm teaching I have teacher humor. And my students don't find it very funny. They really don't. When I go, good news, you have a test next week, they don't find that funny at all. Why is there teacher humor? It's a thing. It's like a subcategory of humor leaning towards it's really not funny. But you know, we, from our jobs, we all pick some habits. Mine is bad humor. Why is there a cobra stalker in Berwyn's home? Either he was healthy and turned upstairs. I quite like the idea of a lover that was smuggled in. But then if that was the case, would she really reach out to the Fighters Guild to deal with it? Like, wouldn't she try to do something a little more hush-hush? Somebody put it there, revenge, sabotage, another trader. Could it be a trader from, we have Telmora and Voss. Maybe there's a trader in Voss, preferably a male, that is not too keen about Berwyn doing business. Oh, I have no idea. A very good point. It's very likely. In which case I need to find out what they do with it. Maybe my whole idea is just not good. Close. I know I didn't mod anything. Why you close me? Close. It's not like we did anything amazing. What I want to do is I should have A.V. Telmora. Don't look. How can you not find Berwyn? I don't trust the search function. Healer supplies. Borwins? That's not the same. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's get... I'm gonna take a quick look. Where do I want to take a quick look? Here. But the editor sucks to look at the dialogue, to be honest. And okay, so cleaning up the upstairs, I wouldn't do anything about that. If there's nothing... It was shipped in a crate. I like the idea. But I really like that idea. Hang on. Alright. If what is done or will be done in the next version is cleaning up the upstairs, removing la 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 la, then that will not interfere with what we have. Thank you for looking that up or asking Melchior about it. So, Bearwind has two problems. So essentially our quest is to solve these two problems. There's Girith, which is just a vanilla quest, so I just have to, you know, play in the dialogue and have the journal entries, blah blah blah. And then we have the Stalker. The options that we had. I shouldn't have closed my dialogue, but like I really like them. So we had turned upstairs. Could be a lover or something. We had placed there, and I love the idea of in a crate. But then would the Stalker know how to get out of the crate? Ton ton ton. I love the idea of he was smuggled in a crate. I don't know if, you know, Therana would be like, what does Therana care about the trader in Tel Mora? Like, she would want to cause problems for, what's her name, Dratha? She could have opened the crate, very true. Placed there in a crate. Competition. I think another trader is, or yeah, but why would the Sixth House bother to send a corporate stalker innocent? That's not a good idea. There's always the option that the stalker got there somehow. As a genuine present. Sorry, I didn't think about it. It's me, it's my fault. I didn't think that a corporate stalker was actually a nice present. I suppose if you're an alchemist or a wannabe doctor or a butcher. Has anyone met Therana? Yes, we've met her. Like, she would get upset about a shipment of eggs. Bad eggs. Because when you have hundreds of them in your house, a single rotten egg can really, really spoil the mood, I think. I like that. I also like that. You like my typing? It's amazing, isn't it? And I do this thing where, you know, I got my head down and I go type, 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 type. And then I look up and I realize that I didn't have my cursor in whatever the field. And so I typed nothing. Or I go type, 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 type. And then I look up and I realize that I still have my keyboard set to QWERTY or AZERTY if I thought it was one or the other. The crates were supposed to be delivered to someone else like Dratha. This was an assassination attempt to kill her, but the crate delivery got mixed up and delivered to the merchant. In which case, yeah, Therana really could be the one behind it. If I go for something like that, that's an awful lot of writing, and if you've been here before, you know that writing is not my strong suit at all. I don't know that I would be able to make the characters believable, but even more importantly, this would be like a detective quest, right? Because Bearwen would tell you, I don't know how that happened. The stalker was there in a crate. I was expecting a shipment of eggs. Just, you know. Okay. Aha. Aha. Smuggling is always a workable plot in Morrowind, and possibly an infected chunk of meat has been placed in his mill by an enemy. Yeah, we could like with those lovely corpus chunks of meat that you find everywhere these days. But I'm thinking maybe I should just leave her well alone. Because I wouldn't want to make a mod that later on becomes not compatible with Telmora. I use Telmora and I like it because it's so pretty. I wouldn't want to have to choose between, you know, the mod we're doing now and Melchior's. I don't know. Shall we go back to Plaba, to plan A? Surround with our traders, with our two Breton. Oh, could they be lovers? Now I've got this in my head. Okay. Now I want to make a love triangle story. He was involved in smuggling and did not know that the chunk of meat was corpus. Like, he was really, really hungry, and in the dark, it looked okay. A simple accident. I really do like that. I think that a sort of detective story to find out what happened would be fun. We don't have a lot of those. At the same time, for it to be a good story, it cannot be talk to an NPC, read, okay, now go to the next NPC, read, then okay, you know, it can't be a linear go and talk to different people one after the other. It would have to be something where you need to see clues, you know, you'd have to spot evidence and ask about those and have different hypotheses and then find another piece of evidence or a testimony that leads you to another one. I think this would take a lot more thinking and planning and writing than I'm willing to do for a single quest that is part of a much larger mod. So Ran. It's okay to write an average quest. I'd rather have 4 really good quests than 10 average, I think. Hey Danina, hello. How are you doing? You know what I need? I need coffee. I'll try to survive without coffee for a bit longer. Thoran. Helvian, I think. You just got home. Nice. Needs your help. And this is where I plug in. What is the name of the quest? No, this one. An escort to Molag Mar. Now this quest is not too tricky, so again for this one I'll have to cover all possibility that you've already talked to poor Maston, that you've already tried to escort him but he died, or that you've already successfully escorted him. So that's going to be quite a few dialogue options, even though the player will only ever see one. You gotta head off for a bit, no problem, Luz. Thank you for your input. This is so much better when you guys can tell me, well, no, that doesn't work. Because on my own I would have started on the quest and then much later I would have decided I didn't like it and I would just scrape it. Okay, how do we make this quest interesting? You meet the guy. He tells you that the Khajiit, that Vanjira, he was late. Why was he late? For now, sorry, I've been teaching French. For now, I have no idea if I want to... Because my quest from Helvian cannot just be go do this vanilla quest. That's not a quest. It's a bit too lazy. Just a little bit too lazy. So I'd like a way to make this quest a little more interesting. So maybe something about why he was late and she left. I don't see a lot of angles that could be interesting for this one. Why he was late. It's the only thing. He was left, and she also he's a trader. But what do they trade? Like why do they go from Saran to, what do they have in Saran that people would need in Molag Mar, or what do they have in Molag Mar that people would want in Saran? What do we have in Saran? Yes, he was late. Okay, he was late because he is spending time with Desiree, and he forgot something. He forgot a stack of papers, contracts, that presumably he would need to be able to do his job. So she asks you to catch up with him, to give him his papers. Tradwife or trade wives? Like, either way, I'm not sure. Maybe yes. And what would one need to face Umbra in the mountain near Saran? The thing is, like, I looked at all the miscellaneous quests, but because we're doing a trading mod, I really want to focus on, you know, quests that involve traders or elements of trading that are not extremely developed. I think I like that. I think I like that. In which case, we don't really need to answer that question. If the player wants to be nosy, they could read the contract. What could the trader get from Molag Mar to Helvian de Silly? Is there anything good in Molag Mar? As far as I know, there's nothing. There's a vampire. There's the buoyant armiges. There's nothing there. What could he be supplying her with? Molag Mar has no industry and it's supported by the temple. They really could use any kind of supplies. But I was thinking the other way around. Like, I'm thinking maybe poor Maston. Just selling supplies there. We need to make a connection between her and him. Other than they are both Bretons, so obviously they're pals. Which, honestly, when you're in Morrowind and the local are very often racist, maybe you want to stick with people of your own race. But I don't think that's enough to justify, you know, he was spending time with her and he was late. There is a slave market. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. I think all the slaves in Molag Mar are Khajiits and Argonian. Music instruments. Haha, Kalinta, we have the same idea. I think this is it. Poor Marston was negotiating with Helvian Desolé to... No, hang on, stop. Stop. His trading partner is a Khajiit. And I know it's not impossible for a Khajiit to be willing to buy a slave for someone, but it's kind of a big pill to swallow, isn't it? But maybe that's why. Okay. I'm gonna need that coffee very soon. Poor Maston was talking with Helvian Desilé without his partner Vanjira because it was a delicate matter. There were talks of buying a slave to be a new dancing girl. And I like Helvian Desilé, so she'll you know, she said, don't worry, I'll free her, so she will be employed, blah, 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 something like that. Really? Did I miss that? No, and it's not because I'm suggesting one or the other. It's because... Can I have coffee, please?
Have you had coffee today? Once or twice?
Yeah. Like 1 or 2. Is that a cat?
No, that was our cardboard shield.
Falling.
This is our cat.
There's a cat. Get on. You left your bathroom. How brave. Oh. But yes, can I have the coffee?
Sure. Except this kitten being lured.
What about this kitten?
Being lured.
I don't think he's gonna want to join just yet.
Okay.
And as I say that, Laddie goes like a big blob of fur. Sorry, you won't see him. But also, what I wanted to say is, did I open anything there? No, I didn't. Supply quest. I was thinking Khajiit because I'm trying to think in Molag Mar, the slaves. That it's not that I want the slaves to be a particular race, but a sea elf. That would be good for business. Can you imagine? Now, I suggested Khajiit because I think the slaves in Molag Mar are Khajiits. The only place where you can buy different races are Talaran and maybe just Talaran, actually, I think. Yeah, but we want to go to Molag Mar because the vanilla quest is that. Nah, don't move. See, only beast races. But that's all right. I mean, like in Desolate, you already have a Nord. Oh yes, you're right. In Saran there is. Oh. Yes, but hang on. Isn't it stupid to have a trader bring you a slave from Molag Mar when there's already a slave market? Okay. In the slave market, what's available? Like literally, I am checking the merchandise in the slave market. So we have an Altmer with that helmet. Really freaks me out. Like, is it meant to be some BDSM reference? To have that naked Altmer with just a leather helmet on the face? It's gotta be. Or it's just my mind that's twisted and thinking that way. So we have a male, that's a male Argonian. I believe that is another male Argonian. That might be a female. No, that's it. In Saran, we only have male and we're really looking for a female slave. And maybe Desolate doesn't want it known. Yes, they're all male. Okay, so that works. Hey David, hello. You're all okay, good, good, good. Alright, so here's our story. We're getting there. She needs your help because Paul Marston forgot a stack of papers, contracts. So your mission is find him. That's what you think you're doing. And then when you do find him, he asks for an escort. Why would you? Like if your mission is just to bring him the papers, he asks for the escort. Well, think about that. I still like the idea of the player has the option to read the message, like the contracts. That way the player, if the player is curious enough, like they will have an idea. And if not, it's just later on with other elements that we will be introducing in the quest. Other elements that we will be introducing in the quest that the player will realize, oh, that's why they're going to Malakmar. We'll see. David, anyway, how are you doing? It's afternoon where you're at. Way too early to go to bed. It's only 7 o'clock here, 7:30 almost. I hope I'm not making something too complicated. I like the stack of papers. Thank you. Oh, I can tell he's in a hurry. There's no cinnamon this time.
This time. But it's more special if it's only sometimes.
I see. Not bad, you can't sleep. Is it a time where you should be sleeping? Mm-hmm. If you do read, then you get a topic, you know, by a slave. You escort him. So that is the vanilla quest. I shouldn't do, you know, anything there. But what happens after the vanilla quest? Because that Khajiit partner, Vanjira, 3 a.m. That would be a good time to sleep. Hopefully my voice is going to put you to sleep. I'll be sure to do nothing exciting. Voig, hello, welcome back. Banjira, okay. We'll have to, in the dialogue with Poor, either you've read the contract and you get the topic, or dialogues lets you find out. Simply in your conversation with Poor Marston, there should be enough elements that you go, hang on, were you discussing a slave? And we could even have the why not buy the slave in Saran Like, all the thinking we've been doing, we can have that. They didn't have any female, and Helvian Desile doesn't want people to know. Da-di-da-da-di-da. So when you complete the vanilla quest and you get your rewards, brilliant. But then Banjira, you can either tell her that Poor is going to buy a slave, or there was supposed to be a drum roll. Not tell her. I'm quite curious about the trading, what the trading mechanic is. You mean in our mod? Currently it isn't. Currently it isn't. The first priority for JC is the one coding, and right now she's doing the coding on the boat. And as soon as that is done, then she can do the trading mechanics. I don't know how she's going to tackle it. So we don't know. There you go. There's gonna be a surprise. See you in 2 weeks to find out. We'll see. Which is why, like, the quest that I have, I got 4 quests now. It's all fine and dandy, but they do nothing because the reward is, hey, I'm gonna send you some goods for your trading business, and it doesn't exist just yet. It will come together in the end, preferably before the end of the month. So you can tell her and you can not tell her. If you tell her, you can side with her. If you don't tell her, you're de facto side with. I don't know, am I making this too complicated? The thing is, I like Elviane Desale, and I don't want her to condone slavery. Aha! You can talk Vanjira into being a dancer instead of a trader. This is worse. This is getting worse with every new idea. Maybe he's not buying a slave. Ooh, could it be simply yeah, that's another issue that we have. When there's a, and also okay, we did check. In the market there are only males, so if she wanted a dancer, that doesn't work. It could be the fact that it could be bad for business. She has a lot of customers that are not Dunmers and might not like the idea of slaves being in, I was going to say employed, but that's not the right word, being used. But at the same time, this guy, if you talk to him, like, you can have a slave to order. Say, look, I've taken a look at your wares and none of the slaves are exactly what I want. I need a female whatever. Then he would get that slave, you know? Kalinta, thank you. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Of course. You're so right. She has a slave Khajiit on the side. Okay, okay, okay. Fine. So, the story is, he's not buying a slave. He's gonna bring a slave. Like, it's already been sorted because there's a slave house. And the slave that she wants, perfect size, perfect measurements and everything, is in Molagmar. You're right, she condones slavery. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here, guys. Okay. What happens when we get to Molag Mar? They are reunited. Vanjira is like, oh, thank you so much. Here's money, and I think she gives a piece of jewelry. I don't remember. You can choose to talk to her. I'm getting stuck there. Also, right now, all that I'm adding is a background story to why the Breton trader Poor Marston is traveling to Molag Mar. But I don't add any questing. I'd like to actually have some questing element other than do the escort quest, and let's face it, escort quests are boring. Joseph, you are working on the environment in House of Earthly Delight seems pretty bad. And the work hours are crazy long. Yeah, true. Like, especially as a male employee, I don't think you would have a good time there. Even if you're not a dancer or just a waitress, it's not a place a lot of female workers would be keen to work in. True. Chant, hello. Order your quest to free the slave and take them to Ebonheart, but you bring that slave to her instead. That gets complicated, and also it's mostly inspired from other quests. There's already a couple of slave quests where you take them to the Argonian let's have that coffee. The Argonian mission. Banjira seems like a fish out of water in Molag Mar. Maybe she's been told to meet Poor in Molag Mar, but she didn't know why she finds it to buy a slave, and she wants nothing to do with it. Yeah, she could say, well, I'm out of it. Only as one is called quest, I don't mind, but that's mostly because they bring their own water walks. That counts. The mission, thank you. I did think of it eventually. Okay. I'm happy with the background. I'm happy with, why they're going there. I'm happy to have Vanjira say, that's the amazing deal you told me about. I want no part of it. Bye. But what is the quest? Like, what is the quest that I add? I still don't have a quest. No. Let's do the second part of the quest. Escort them back. That is just too cruel. That would be the most logical thing, right? It says, well, now that you're here, let's go pick up that slave and head back. But that's just too cruel. We can't do that. So what do I do? What do I add? Yes. We're going through ideas, okay? It's not like we've got nothing done. We've got many ideas and we've discussed them and we've decided that they're not good enough. You can sign with Poor to finalize the slave deal, which would be impossible without a package of documents, since with Vanjira to free the slave. Like, free the slave in the market, there are guards and everything. But okay. Let's go with the easier one. I think with Poor, is get the slave and escort back. Or, here's another one. Or And we go and get the slave, but ready? A slave escaped, as they do in the Malagamore region. And then we have a quest. Rather than, oh, you need to escort them back, the quest is get the slave and put the slave bracer on her. Which means we could get that story unfolding in a nearby mine. Malakmar, here we go. A slave escaping from Malakmar could seek refuge in a tomb. Who is Adibael? Oh, it's a single Ashlander camp. And he's a trainer. Hey, Glisp. Master trainer in athletics, trainer, not a skill. Yeah, these people do nothing. They're not connected to quests or anything. How do Ashlanders feel about slavery? Also, how do they feel about, sorry, Khajiits? This could be a place where they hide. Tomb of Lalu, it's even ironic, but isn't there already something in this one? Maybe not. Maybe not. There's nothing going on. But I think I'd rather leave the Hlalu alone. Yeah, they wouldn't. Even though they might not be pro-slavery, they wouldn't. Okay, we have options. It's just I thought, you know, nearby. Okay, anything happening in the Redas tomb? Or we have the Raviro tomb as well. Daedrake, honestly, I'm a slave, I've escaped. I have nothing but, I have no clothes on me actually as a slave. I don't think I want to seek refuge in a Daedric mine, so it would have to be one of those. Let's see which one would be more suitable. Daedra occupied doesn't sound like a good idea, and it's part of a Redoran quest, so I'd rather leave it alone. Vampires. Yes, I've got it now. You talk to Helvia and Desolé. She says, hey, catch up with Poor because he's gonna conduct important business for me and he forgot that. You go to Malagmar, you say, well, we're here to buy a slave. Say, okay, fine, let's go get your slave. We get to the slave market and they say, oh, damn, the slave escaped. Find her. You track the slave down to Raviro ancestral tomb, only to find out that the slave was turned into a vampire and kills you. Or, even better, turns Poor into a vampire. Justice has been done. I like that line of dialogue, Seventh Monday. I might need to keep it. Just somewhere in the overworld. True. But I also like I feel that if the quest is go there, it feels extremely linear. If it's go there and explore this place, at least you explore a little bit. Or turn into cattle. Oh, is there cattle in there? It doesn't say the NPCs. 4 vampire, the loot potion, a few ingredients, no non-member of the Raviro family. There's no cattle, but maybe the slave is captured as cattle. You rescue the slave and she says, you know what? I've changed my mind. I want to be a slave again. Let's check out the third place. Molagamor, Tomb, Coastline, Star, Tribunal, Shrine. No non-member. There seems to be nothing of interest in there, which is a good thing. Now, let's check these. This is a priceless list of things. So we want to check Helan and Rabiro. They are the two that interest us. Helan. Okay, no mod that we know of that modifies this one. So it's good. And no mod that modifies this one either. Do we go with the slave turned cattle and agrees to follow you obediently? You know what? I feel we have a number of quests where we help the slave, we free the slave. Maybe have one where the slave goes, you know what, I prefer to have the protection of guards even as a slave rather than being a blood bag. Maybe. At the same time, I've always felt so uncomfortable when you do the main quest. If you have not done the main quest, cover your ears now. I feel so uncomfortable when you do the main quest and you have to find a bride and you go and buy the slave and the game tries to sell you that the slave is happy to be bought to be a bride, to be married to an Ashlander. Like she feels like it's a good deal, like I'm so lucky. Even though I'm a slave, I am married to a complete stranger. Yay! That always makes me feel so uncomfortable. So maybe now to get a story where the Khajiit goes, okay, I'll follow you willingly. And we can always have yet another fork where you tell the Khajiit, you know what, now that I've freed you from the vampires, go, be free, but don't die. It would be a fun plot twist. I think I prefer the plot twist where when she's been bitten and you get her back, and when you go back to Saran after 3 days, I think it's 3 days or more, she's turned into a vampire. But that could be a little dangerous. I do like that. The slave escaped. How do we track the slave? How do we track, like, how do you track a slave? Seriously, in the game, how do they track a slave? We are definitely overcomplicating things. That one, I know, it's so bad. And okay, there are the sort of the moral principles, slavery, arranged marriages. Those, I think most people can agree, are not a good idea. Depends on the cultures, obviously, but generally speaking, I think we can agree, not a good idea. But this is a game, and this is a role-playing game in a different world with its own culture, its own history. So if the story is written well, even though I don't agree with the principles of slavery and arranged marriages, like I can believe the story. But here, the content itself is hard to accept, but it's not even done in a well-written way. No, that quest, never liked it. And I've always felt so bad that you don't get another option. I don't need much, but just the guarantee or a chance to talk with the slave first once I've bought her, to say, look, this is what's happening, but I give you the choice. If you want to go, here are your papers, you're free, you can go if you want. And then if she says, No, I've already been on my own. I know it's hard for a single woman without a tribe or a husband to survive. I prefer to go with you. I might not like it, but I can believe it. Or if I can at least tell the leader of the Zainab, I think, and say, really, you want a slave? But like, is she going to be a slave, or is she going to be free and she can leave you afterwards if she wants to, or if she needs to? Like, just a couple of lines of dialogues would have really gone a long way. But if you are concerned with compatibility with Armad, copy the interior. Yeah, detailed evil. That's something that I've done actually for my Adanamoran. Is that the name? Quest. I actually have a second door, so that there's no problem with compatibility. But rather than, you know, do patches or use tricks to avoid compatibility, I'd rather do something with a place that has nothing happening there. And I think it's a win-win for everyone. No need to make patches or to worry about how to make things compatible. And at the same time, it means of having one location with two things happening for the player. There's gonna be two locations, so more reason to explore. But it's a very, very good trick indeed, to basically have a duplicate of the cell, or to have in the same cell but far apart so you don't see them on the mini-map. The fact that it is a required main quest and there's no alternative option for the player, that's exactly it, Calinter. I agree. I read someone's good suggestions for role-playing it to leave a divine intervention scroll in the yurt for the slave just in case. Yeah, like really, a few lines of dialogues would have gone a long, long way. But, wow, I still haven't started my mod or my quest at all. Almost 2 hours later. Guys, you're doing a great job of distracting me from modding. Brilliant. Perfect. So I like that. The slave escapes. I don't know where or how. I'd like to think of an interesting way of tracking the slave. You know? Let's rewrite it all. Morrowind? That's it. Let's rewrite Morrowind. There, we decided. Forget about the quest. Let's do something else. Joke aside, Skywind, they are not my quest. No, no. I think we're getting somewhere, and I really like the fact that it gives a reason for that vanilla quest to exist. So I like it. I like it. No, we don't have a dead end because. All right, I don't want to escort back because we've already done an escort quest. Special order slave. So they made a magical phylactery to track the slave. Why? I mean, honestly, excuse me, but we have magic. We have detect spells. I don't think, rather than have a slave bracer that drains your magicka, like, you know, a really strong Khajiit would care about that. The slave bracer explanation is a bit wonky, I think. But anyway, to have something to be able to track them through magic, that would definitely make sense. You can add magic lore-friendly GPS tracker. You definitely can. Or detect slaves. I'm sure it's doable. Okay. Back to my quest, which I am not deleting. I remove that. We will not be escorting Poor back. No. But if we side with him, we go to get the slave, but the slave has escaped, and we'll go and capture the slave somehow. Even then, there should be... Oh, yeah, no, the spell is not going to work because Bracer's magicka. So, a scroll. Okay. about that? Helvian, who doesn't want her business to, you know, suffer from a bad deal. She gives you the papers, but she also gives you 2 scrolls of recall. Which explains why we don't have to escort Poor back, for example. However, if you do go this route and you find the slave, you can give her the scroll rather than give them to Poor or something else. Brand new slave bracelet that also shows the pulse and the mood and the intentions. But you know, I'm pretty sure those bracelets could really be improved. All right. If you side with Vanjira, what happens then? Brainstorming ideas. Simple one, she will trade with you. So you fail the quest for Desilets, but you don't care because you made a trade with Vanjira. That is short and a little bit disappointing, but never mind. She asks you to free the slave, i.e. buy, then free with the scroll of recall. Oh, yes. That's it. How about that? So you get those scrolls of recalls, and then the way you decide to use them, I think that can work. And if you give her the scrolls, you fail the quest with Desolé, but instead she will be the one sending you supplies. Ooh. We can even transform her into a crewman, a crew beast. A crew female beast. This is getting more and more insulting by the second. She can join your crew. I like that. I think we have a quest. We kind of have a quest. Simple quest. I hope it meets your approval, guys. I'm going to reload that without saving. Remember, I moved something in Molagmar. Like, all it takes is cleaning the cell. But I don't know, I may have touched other things. So just in case. I'm reloading the whole thing. All right, we have an idea of the quest. Now, we talked about this a few weeks ago. Some modders are going to lay out the whole quest and all the options and all the scripts that you're going to require once I have my general idea. And I think that's a lot of planning. If you remember when we did the quest for Ariel, my idea was Ariel wants you to clear up the mine. That was it. So that is pretty elaborate as it is. All right, let's go. First, we need a journal. DS22, this is a supply quest, and this is a supply quest for Soran. The name of the quest, we still don't know what the mod is called, so the quest name is, we'll find out later. To discuss business arrangements She's let's try. Come on. Touch typing. Let's try to do this. I can. It just feels so long. Wizards Affirmations. Hello, welcome on in. The wiki says that Vanjira came from Pelagia. She may offer not her service as a reward, but her contacts. Can the player be ready with a special weapon? Definitely. That's a good idea. How do we know about where she comes from? Like, I know you said the wiki says that. Then I think it was Vanjira, like that. No? I need to find her name. Vanjira. It was a double R. Single I, double R. Yes. It's okay. We have the ultimate source. Right here. What do you talk about? Yourself. There we go. Everything you need to know about her. Maybe you have something to say. Nothing special about your background. Business partner. I have been for years. Well, you're in for a surprise. Miss him terribly. He's a good partner and a good friend. Oh crap. Not as good as you think, Banjira. You never know, people. He's gone. We're passing through. Business partner. Na, 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 na. I don't see anything. I'm a trader, general merchant. I don't see anything about Pelagiad. Maybe. That's definitely something I need to plan for. So if you've already refused to escort him, you can have a second chance to start the quest. That's definitely something I'm gonna need to add. Anyway, I think I'm not going to pursue the Pelagiad idea. It is a good idea. But I like the fact that she can join the crew, because that's also something, that's another aspect of the mod. There's sailing around on your boat, there's recruiting crew that you want to have with you, and then there's the supply quests. So I like that. I'm gonna keep it. Why does it say 6? Which one is that? Telmora. Oh yes, that's what I thought about Telmora, but I think we'll leave it for a little while. Saran. I approach Helviander, Selene Saran to 2 double space, I think. To discuss business. She's asked me to catch up with for what's his full name? Maston. Who is on his way to who probably didn't get far. I think we've already established that my writing is not great. I approached Helga and Desalegn Saran to discuss business arrangements. She's asked me to catch up with Paul Masson, who should be near, and I need to see the map. Because there's like two different ways to get in Saran, and I don't know if it's east and north. I think he's somewhere there. It's not guessed. Let's not guess and go there. I just want to be able to say who should be near the west gate or the south gate, the northern gate or something. Hello. Oh, okay. It's actually nowhere near. Like, I would have preferred if it was here or there. Not a single word about Pelagiad. Okay, well, no regrets on that. I'm gonna make the game crash if I... There we go. So how does she give us direction to him? She says, exit town. Instead, she's going to say, he can't have gone much further than Diara's farmhouse. That's it. Who should still be now to catch up with Paul Marston. He left a short while ago and couldn't, I'm not touch typing anymore again, and couldn't have gone much further than Dira. I forgot the name already, typical me. Then Dira's farmhouse, just south of town. Why she would give such specific directions? Well, it's Morrowind, so there's one thing that players are not too surprised by, it's directions. I approached Helga and Desalegn Saran to discuss business arrangements. She's asked me to catch up with poor Marston. He left a short while ago and can't have gone much further than Diara's farmhouse just south of town. Okay. Now at that point, I'm going to put a line there, but it's not gonna count. It's a bit silly. I'm pretty sure I had the dialogue filtered when I created that already, or maybe not. I have to clean those. Surround. I think I'm gonna have to take a look at the vanilla dialogue and edit it. I really would prefer to not touch the vanilla line, but I think it might be a little too clumsy and unnatural. There's clearly two very distinct dialogue line. Let's check what poor says. Okay, so the first time you talk to her, this is what you get. And while you're on the way, this is what he says. What do you say about your business partner? I was detained though. Okay, maybe I could make use of that topic, detained. And that's where we can hook in, well, actually, I'm catching up with you because of blah, blah, blah. What do you think? That way, it's connected with the vanilla dialogue, but I won't have to dirty vanilla references. So if I go that way, I'm gonna get this one. I will have to create lines if we're already at that point. Start vanilla quest. I mean, I put it there, but it's not going to be an actual entry. Then we're going to go. He left at Desilis. I gave Paul the documents he left at Desilis. He suggested I kept the scrolls of recall, I think is the proper name. The scrolls of recall until we need them. Okay. And this one will happen after we've had the whole detained conversation, so we can explain why we looked for him. The next part is going to be, now we arrived safely at blah blah blah, the Khajiit trader thanked me, blah blah blah, I don't care about it. Now that's when we're gonna have two options. I told Banjira about the deal with Helvian. Silly. She was unhappy and asked me to choose to take side. Okay, for now, what I really want is, you know, the skeleton of the story, so that's what it is. Side one. I told Banjira I agreed with her. Slavery is not an acceptable practice. I forgot what happened. Okay, leave it at that for now. I told Poor I would help him despite Banjira's protests. We are to talk to the Slaver? He's not a slaver, he's a market. Okay, I'm not sure. We are to head to the market and purchase the slave. The slave. I chose. I imagine she got a little scroll with a little portrait of every slaves and their stats and skills. And one of them had dancing level 20, and she was like, "That's the one." I'm gonna put this one first because I have a better idea of what's gonna happen. New. What is the name of the slave person? No, that is not the slave person. That is another slave. There it is. Zabarbael is the one. Zabarbael. Zabarbael. Okay. My computer is a little sluggish, I feel. Zabarbael from the slave market in Molagmar. Apologize profusely. The slave, I'm gonna go with, since we've established that we have no problem with slavery. Desale's slave has escaped. The guards reported she was running possibly south, but had to turn back. Because of a violent storm. We have to explain, we have to justify somehow that the guards didn't do their job properly for some reason. Oh, we don't have the music anymore. Did I close the window with the music? YouTube asked me if I wanted to continue watching. Because I took my headphones off, I missed it. Sorry, guys. Nobody told me the music was gone. It's because you prefer my voice. I get it. I get it. Alright. I think we'll chase the slave and we'll find her. You don't get paid enough. Yeah, the Veteran Guard Union. Like, why? Why would they provide valuable services like that? I think we are going to send our slave to the cave with the vampires. But she'll be dead. That way I don't have to choose. Oh no, we had the scroll things. All right. Entomb. I quickly in the two. I gave Paul the scrolls of recall. so that they could return to Saran safely. And all I have to do there, have a little script to make them teleport away, except they're just going to disappear. And after that, the logic conclusion would be Helvian was pleased and agreed to send me crates of probably booze as soon as possible. That's one way to finish the quest. Or, oh, do I don't think, like, once we decide to side with poor, it feels a bit silly to track down the slave and then finally suddenly decide that the slave should be free. So, I told Manja I read with her. You know what? I'm gonna be so lazy. We have that. You become 31. I'd like to have them in parallel. And then you know what? Is it incredibly devious and lazy if you go away? You go away. You tell Vanjira about the deal. We'll have to give the player the choice, but anyway. You side with Poor. You go with him to the market. He already has a follow package. I think that's gonna be easy. You say, okay, fine, let's go, let's conclude this deal. And Vanjira goes away, teleports away, stays there for all we care. He's following, but then when you talk to the market, the slave dealer, this entry works fine. And then here I just need to change. I gave 4 and I changed that to entry 51. I gave, what's the name again? Is it Bajira? I haven't seen the name enough. I haven't typed it. Vanjira. The N. Yeah, without the N it looks a bit funny. There we go. And then my conclusion is going to be, so they can return. I'll have to decide where. No. I've changed it to safety. To safety. There might be a delay. And here we can have 61 was very unhappy and won't be sending me crates. I met with Vanjira. I mean, do we meet in the Argonian mission? I mean, that is. No, you're not. I know there's a delay between you know, what I do and when you see what's happening. The player watched a Left2 video and decided to not support slavery anymore. Yes. Change of heart. In Ebonheart. She suggested I talked to her good friend. Okay, we need a Khajiit. We need a Khajiit trader or someone who's clearly against slavery. Not Ravir, because Ravir is a bit, I mean, he gets funky Daedric weapons. It's not that bad. But mostly I already have a quest in Balmora, so I don't want Balmora. Oops. What other Khajiit or Argonian traders do we have? It could be in Pelagiat, but not the Breton. Let's take the Altmer in Pelagiad. What do you think? That way, if for some reason the player knows about the fact that she supposedly comes from Pelagiad, that will make sense. She's the Republican, that's not the one I want. Thieves Guild. Why not? But not in a position. I don't want my best in hands. He's shady, so I don't think he would actually help. That's the one. No, because she's shady too. That's the one. Her good friend, Uller Nil. Or Vivek Foreign Quarter. Because Khajiit. I quite like the idea of Pelagiad, in case, you know, people knew or heard that maybe it will make sense. But the Khajiit works as well. Finished. That would be the bulk of it. Pen and paper. This is where I started writing the quest. I have 1 double page, 2 double page, 3 double page, 4 double page, 5 double pages. And that's for the quest that I have so far, and some of the crew quest as well. Okay, we have 1, 10, 20, 30, 31. Then I have 40. It's the same for everyone. It's the same for everyone. 50, 51, 60, 61. Oh, we have a visitor. Are you going to settle down next to us? Oh, guys, you're in luck. You're in for a treat. Let's see what happens if do I have the second camera? No, it's like, no. Don't stare at my butt. I'm out of here. You're gonna go on the keyboard, aren't you? On the desk. Well, guys, you got a second of latte. You're welcome. Essentially, he went desk, table, round, other desk, and out. Decided I had nothing good to offer. And 70, 71. One is find 4. 10 is gave docs. Okay, the mission from Distilly cannot just be give him the documents, because then the player would have no incentive to continue other than maybe do that quest for him. So find poor and escort him. That way there's, you know, the player will know what they need to do. 20 is told Vanjira. 30 is pour to the market. 31 is Vanjira to the market. 40 is slave escaped. It's the same for both of them. 51 is give the scrolls, as well as 50. 60 is, for 60 it's Distilly big smiley, and 61 is Distilly not happy. There is no 70. There is no 70. And 71 is in Ebonheart. Yeah, you know what, Joseph? I think I will go with Vivek 4 and quarter, because from Ebonheart it's not too far. Then again, Ebonheart Pelagiad. Nah, the distance is about the same. Okay, let's get started with the dialogue and stuff. You're having an issue with friends and first companions. If I leave them alone for more than 3 days, they despawn. I don't know why that happens, actually. I don't know why that happens. It's never happened to me, but they die before the end of the 3 days, or I keep them with me until they die, so I'm not sure, Gliss. It might have something to do with the fact that they are spawned from a level list. But even then, like, you know, when you have a mud crab that spawns in the Bitter Coast, it stays there until you kill it, I think. It might be because they're level lists. That would be my best guess. Then again, I am reworking, or I have been reworking on that mod, and I'm changing the way they are placed into the world. So if that is the issue, it will be a non-issue. They do reset, but you don't see, well, then that's why. That's because they're from level list. So now we know, don't leave your companions alone. That's what's happening. That system is completely changed. They will not be placed through level list, which actually, that is a known issue. That was one of the problems. So for now, that's just the way it is. I'm sorry, and I'm not going to edit this mod because I'm working on a new version. So sorry. I'm sorry. If it's too bad, switch back to CM partners. Like, the bulk of the companions are the same, as you know. All right. Yeah, no, the door thing is definitely not related to them. I mean, there was a bug, but that's an old bug, and I'm pretty sure it's been fixed. Where companions would die when you went through doors, and or when you were levitating. I don't really remember. Distilly dogs go find. Essentially, that's what we want to put. Is she just Distilly or Helvian Distilly? Or something completely different? Helvian Distilly, there we go. Sometimes when you go through doors with too many companions, I'll get confused and end up at 0-0. I mean, I know that especially the friends and foes companions, just like CM partners, they have this little bit of script where if you get close to them, they stop following for a few seconds, walk away, and then follow you again. And so when it gets crowded next to a door, It happens quite often that you activate the door when they were taking a few steps away from you, but they're on the other side of the door, so they don't disappear the way you describe. Alright, for her dialogue to happen, you must have a boat. That's the first thing. For the second thing to happen, you must have not started the Saran quest. Okay. It's not happening here. That's not what's happening. No, from what you said, it didn't look like it. I don't know. It might be because of because there's a lot of companions, and Morrowind is really quite bad handling companions. So now we need the actual talk. You're talking to Helvia and Desile, and the topic is supplies. And she goes, supplies, yes. This is supplies. I can't do it. Pathetic. I knew I was for getting something. I didn't give poor Maston the list of supplies I need from him, as well as the contract, the special contract we signed. Does she ask you to go and catch up with him straight away? You'll be checking, if you find out something, or if you have an idea of what that could be, do let me know, because it's always good information to know how to fix companions. We always need that. Supplies, yes, I knew I was forgetting something. I didn't give Paul Maston the list of supplies I need from him. As well, I'll go for a... as well as the special contract we drew. Here we go. Choice. Option 1, we're very super helpful. Option 2, we're not that very helpful. If he's not too far, I could catch up with him. That's option 1. Option 2, I have gotten leveled NPC followers to stop responding before, but you're not sure how. That would be really good to know. What could... Now, I know why I remembered with the despawning, because with Vampire Embrace, we needed, or still do, a patch for MCA, so that if you bit and enthralled or whatever, or recruit an MCA NPC, they would not despawn after a while. That's what it is. Thank you, Joseph. As you can see, we're nearly done with the quest. Thank you for all your help. I have a good time, and thank you for stopping by and chatting. You know, it's always a pleasure. Lord Eltis, hello. The moment when the soundtrack brings back the launch days of Morrowind. I'm not sure that's the Morrowind soundtrack playing right now. Where are you? You know, is that the Morrowind soundtrack? No, that's Oblivion. There we go. That's Oblivion. That heart right now, it's Oblivion. Still. Alright. If it's not too far, I could catch up with him. This part is Skyrim. Oh, yes. Thank you. You're right. That goes to show I don't play Skyrim as often as I should. 6R. Graven? I suck at reading fancy names with numbers, but I'm gonna go with Graven. It sounds slightly better maybe than 6R. Thank you for the precision. Skyrim it is. If he's not too far, I could catch up with him. Will you be willing to discuss? No. No. I'd rather talk. I'd rather draw a new contract with you rather than deliver one. Which is fair. I mean, you're here to do business, and she's like, oh, please be my courier. The underlying horns. I did notice Jube doesn't despawn though. Exactly, Jube is actually spawned not through a level list. That could be why I never had the issue, because a lot of the time I just take Jube with me because it's right there. I'd rather talk. I'd rather discuss a contract rather than deliver one. We'll call that option 2. I don't think I can make those two lead to the same dialogue. I'm gonna go with choice 2 first, because it's the one that leads nowhere. And she goes, that may be so, but my business with poor Matston is urgent. I think we'll do that. I won't discuss any other until the matter is solved. And we go, very well. How can I help? And that will lead us to option 3, and that will be the same. Wait, poor Marston, since I'm gonna have to put that line. For now, I'm doing the quest assuming you have never talked to Poor or Danjira, but then I'm gonna have to put options like to cover for that. So yeah, definitely will need it. Very well, how can I help? And when we had option number 1, where we said if he's not too far, I could catch up with him. Oh. There we go. He left just a few minutes ago. He can't have gone much further than, what was the name of that farm? Until typo. Oh, there's always typos. I'll check it as soon. That's one thing that I do, because I'm staring at my screen. I don't see what I'm typing until it's too late. We'll take a look. For now, I want that. That's what I want. That is actually a thing, Voig. It's modded, obviously, but there is a modification of the dark set to have it of the dark set of the construction set to have a dark mode. Option 2, and then we have option 1. Where did I start typing my thing? I didn't. Crap, I think it's gone. Yes, exactly. You know what I mean, right? Alright, I'm not focusing very well. Option 1 isn't too far. I could catch up with Min. And she goes 4 left. A few minutes ago, he can't have gone much further than just south of town. That's what I want. We'll get the journal update. And here we have option 2. That may be so, but my business is urgent. I won't discuss it on Yil until just so that you don't feel too bad. Once I've written the quests and tested them, I export all of the dialogue and then do some spell checking and then import it back into the game. So I can't see that window very well. And very well, how can I help? And we go back to that line. Paul has left just a few minutes ago. He can't have gone much further than journal. We can have the update. We are doing DS22. This is the supply quest for Saran. And this is number 1. We also need to do Usafrl. Yeah, that too. South of town. She gives you a pail. She gives you a few scrolls tied up together. I might have to create the model. And please, comma, be a dear. Make sure Poor reaches his destination safely. There we go. That way we don't, like, if the player has never done the quest, we don't spoil that they'll have to go to Molagmar. As in, we don't make them go, I don't want to do that quest. Because it's a long way for an escort quest, it's a long way. But, and please be a dear, make sure Poor reaches his destination safely. We'll have to do. Yeah. I've included a couple of scrolls of recall. I've included a couple of scrolls of recall. We'll go with that. You're on your way, Glisp. Have a good time. Do let me know if you find out how you got those companions spawned via level list to not despawn. Actually, it might be a good idea to take a look at that MCA patch. I might do that much later. Anyway, have a good time. It was lovely to talk to you again. I am looking at names. Oh crap, they're not called Scroll of Recall. Let's try differently. Let's try differently. Do scrolls of recall exist in the game? Recall ring? Maybe I'm looking for something that doesn't exist. I might have to create those scrolls of recall. Because looking at the books, there's a recall effect, there's an enchantment, there's a ring, there's a spell, there's a potion. Oh, no, I want to keep the scroll because, you know, she gives you a few scrolls tied up together. Leak step, thank you. Is that only recall? Thank you. I wouldn't have remembered to look for that. And leak step. What else do we have with it? I'm just checking that it's only a recall. Of course. The unofficial Elder Scroll pages. Such a treasure trove of information. What am I looking for? Enchanting. It's just recall. Brilliant. Thank you, guys. So we'll change that to scrolls of eyes. Open them. Thank you. Two, as well as player item, and this is gonna be a new item, DS22 supply Saran contract. And there's gonna be only one of those. Actually, I should have created a new item straight away because I will want to change the model, but never mind. And we're gonna have to come up with some text. Let's see how it is. I'll just put a few lines and ideas. So we want a list of items. In fact, I could just put a list of common items. Can't type anymore. List of common items, and then another bit that would be just an extract about female Khajiit slave. And even that, I think I'm gonna have to put a little script on it so that when you read the scroll, there's a message like you untie the knot that binds the scrolls together and quickly read them, something like that, to make it just a little bit more immersive. At that point, we know that we have to find Poor and where. We know that we have papers for him and we have scrolls. We're happy with that. And I said I would make a new topic when you talk to him. I think I need to go in game and see exactly what he says. Because looking through the dialogue window, sure, you can sort of work out how the dialogues go, but it's honestly not a great way to follow the dialogue. So let's go. We're gonna talk to him. And now the music is a bit loud. We're gonna talk to him. I don't really even need my quest, but that's fine. See like how his dialogues, his vanilla dialogue plays out, so we can merge our dialogue and the vanilla one nicely together. No, actually. That's right. That's my name. Because we don't want to go crazy. Let's just add the background topic. I have no idea if we need it. See us, it's run. Let's go. It actually spawned on the wrong side of Zoran. But we'll see if my explanation sort of makes sense. We say he can't have gone much further than the farm south of town. So if you follow south, this is clearly south, and you go, but hang on, there are no farms here. And then it hits you. But there might be farms that way. Maybe I need a road sign that says farms that way. Actually went a little too far. There he is. Let's see what he says.
Yes, friend.
Yes, friend. Greetings. Perhaps you can help me. I was supposed to meet my business partner here, but I was running late. Okay, options. I know I said I didn't want to dirty the vanilla line, but I could clone them because I'm running late. I must have talked too long with Helvia and Decile. Maybe I'm overcomplicating things again. And it looks like she went ahead to Molite Mar. You need to, okay. Business partner. Yes, my partner is in Jara and I was going to Molite Mar. I was detained. Though it seems she's gone ahead and I'm a bit surprised. It's a fairly dangerous trip. Business partner, dangerous trip. Oh, I know. My dialogue will only appear after that. So we have to check vanilla. And I will accompany you. Excellent. Let's be on our way. Goodbye. Except that goodbye is not great. It seems for the surface of his life. Okay, that's the journal entry. So once you've had that journal entry, the topic of either I use my supplies or I use a different topic. I don't have the usual mods to make the companions follow nicely, so I can't really COC. Oh yes, of course, that hairstyle. Classic. Classic. Alright, I know what I need to know. Why did I go and close the construction set? See, I have the dark mode exit. Let's test it, actually. I haven't tested the dark mode. Doesn't feel very dark to me, does it? If anything, it feels brighter. The icons... Yeah, I see. The icons are, you know, they have white shapes and okay. That doesn't work very well. Yeah, that works better. All right. I think I used the supply topic. I like it because it's one added by the mod, so no chance or reduced chance of conflict with other dialogues from other mods. And also, it's fine to ask him about supplies or say, hey, we have a list of supplies. Oh, did you bring me the list of supplies? Yes, and some contracts as well. That's fine. Voice is starting to feel a bit funny. Okay. The topic that we want, I might have to go and close the door. He was right. It's not the Angry Trader, it's not Gareth an escort. This is there. Okay, so MV Trader Miss 20. Of course you can. No problem. I'm not one to shy away from a compliment. How you doing? Alright. Topic supplies. And that we this is for after talked. Alright. Or we will talk to him once. There's two things. First of all, our quest Saran has reached index 1. We have been told to find him. And also the second condition, his own quest. I already forgot the name of the quest. MV for miscellaneous quest. That's what it is. MV trader. Not trader abandoned, trader late. And we want it to be 20 or more. I have to put 20 or more because immediately after you get that journal entry, you have two choices where you say, I will accompany you or I will not accompany you. So it's going to be 20 or more. In fact, I think I'm going to do something. So you see, Void, the dark mode didn't work. Maybe I need to change something in the ini file. That could be something like that. What was the topic? Was it business partner? No, it was dangerous. It was dangerous trip or journey, I forgot. This is when it's already with you. This is when you've reached it. Okay. Here, I think I want to do a thing. I am going to make a new line. And I am copying, it's the vanilla line. And you will get the journal entries and everything. But I'm adding a condition there. Journal. If you have started the quest, why did I press enter? If you have started the quest, then you cannot turn him down. I think that's fair, considering you know about it, you're probably looking for him. I must say the window is horrible. I'm sorry. You know what? Soon we'll be playing again. I'm looking forward to this. So what I'm gonna do is more than one or more than one. I am just removing the option to turn him down, and I'm moving my line further. So what happens here? If you've talked to Desolé and you're looking for him, like you do his normal dialogue and everything, but because you've started the quest, you say, I can accompany you to Malaklar, or even I could even change that. I could actually say, since this is a clone of the vanilla line, Albion actually asked me to accompany you. So you will say that, and he starts following you. Good. If you know nothing about that quest from Desolate, then you will get the chance to turn him down, but that also means if you say no, you get journal quest 40. If you've already turned him down, but then you were given the quest, then accompany you. Yes. But then you're kind of stuck here. Not sure how to handle that. We'll see. Let me see. I remember when someone told me you could mess with script using the dialogue result window. I felt like I discovered a secret Easter egg. It's really quite useful. And some mods actually put whole chunks of scripts down there. I know you shouldn't put anything too long, but essentially, yeah, you can put chunks of scripts to execute there. I believe it is better practice to put a start script and then your own script rather than run the whole thing. But if it's just a if this, then that, and if, you're fine putting it there. If it's much longer, better to have an actual script and just use the start script command. Bummer. I'm not sure how to save it, because if you meet him before you know about that, your his journal index is at 40. So I can catch, I can put a line where you say, well, you know what, I will go with you. I can do that. But the problem is the way the construction set works. Once I've reached index 40, even if I put, okay, now I put it to 20, it's still 40. So what happens? If it's still 40, I might not get that journal entry at all. I'm fairly certain that the way the dialogue is set, if I do take him, I can make him follow me even though it says that. Another thing to do is to add a line to this quest and say, I've changed my mind, I think that's what I need to do. I've changed my mind about his code. I'm gonna do that. So this doesn't need to be there because we're already at 40. And this, I'm going to copy it. And we're gonna make a 41. So the quest actually does update. You have changed my mind about escorting for Matson to Molegmar. This is the only way Elvian de Soleil will agree to do business with me. And this is 41. And you go there. And now what I need to check is that the dialogue, the rest of the dialogue is going to work even though the entry is 41. I suspect the conditions are going to be 40 or more, but I will have to check that. Seventh Monday, you're saying, I like the little message that the developers left in the dialogue result here and there. Like, I see how someone was sitting and like, this new Todd guy doesn't understand shit in scripts, probably need help with some... Oh, you mean like they put the little comments? I actually like those. It's actually the few scripts that we have with comments, like vanilla scripts with comments, they were really helpful for, you know, modders trying to work this out. So you know what, even if they were put there to help Todd, they're helping me, so I'm like Todd. That's that's something you don't want to discover all the time, or you do, you know, for all the memes and everything. Honestly, if you're told, you know what, do you want to be a successful game dev, even though lots of people make fun of you, but you know, in the meanwhile, you've been a major part of making a very successful franchise, would you say no? I'm not sure you would. In fact, I think most people wouldn't. They'll go like, yeah, sure, I'll be Todd. Especially, think about it, especially if it means that you have your say in the Elder Scrolls 6. I'll do it. I'll take the opportunity. All right, this, what did I do? I edited Trader late, but this is Russia's shirt. Did I? Trader missed. Oh, crap. This is the one. Okay, I'm gonna have to go and clean. Really clean. Yeah, this is not what I wanted to copy. Alright, okay. I think I'm just doing very stupid things right now. I am going to call it a day. So I don't want to mess up more things than I have done now. We're going to say I've changed my mind. Let's put that again. This is 41. And I'm gonna have to test that as well. No hate for Mr. Todd. His memes that, yeah, exactly, like I think we need to differentiate things. Alright. Let's save it for now. Right, hopefully next week I will be able to tell you that I have successfully implemented that quest and it's even better than what we imagined so far. In my little plan, we got 2 go here. We've done that. We've done that much in the quest. I still have to write that dialogue, and I still need to, you know, do everything else. We'll see how that goes. Let me take a quick look. Where is... Here's what I... Have a good night, Voig. If you have a few minutes, guys, wait for me. Hey, wait for me. Let's see who's playing Morrowind. Is anyone playing Morrowind? There's Morrowind in Russian, Morrowind in German. Yes. We have BD Gaming 270. Let's go and see what they're doing. BD Gaming 270. Right. BD Gaming 270. Did I do that right? Oh. BD Gaming 270 doesn't want to be raided. I'm sorry, guys. And there, you know, I thought we could see some Morrowind. Well, and then it's just a rerun. And then it's different languages. Well, guys, we're not raiding anyone. That's it. That's how it is. Oh, Thrith. Okay, let's see. Voig, I'm taking your word for it. I'm not even checking the channel. Oh, but I didn't do that right. It doesn't work if I do it there. Are they playing Morrowind? Maybe I just read too quickly and then I didn't see. Well, let's go. Let's go say hello. It's going to be a surprise. Guys, thank you so much for spending time with me. It was a pleasure. Thank you for your help, you know, working. Bleh. I really need a break. Have a good time. I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.